doing the interviews with celebrities. Just a little shout out for the El Paso.
Well, they're over there.
Mr. Shooter, how many Comic-Cons have you done?
In my life?
Can you put a number on it, or just off
Many
the last?
hundreds.
Many hundreds. Wow.
Because when I was editor-in-chief of Marvel was dying, and I was on the road every week trying to promote the company. And then I had several companies of my own, and the same thing I was trying to promote the company. And stopped doing them after I wasn't working with a publishing company anymore. But recently, I've gotten all these invitations. I think Secret Wars, when Marvel revived Secret Wars, that got people interested in me again. And so, every year now I get a lot of offers, and I think this year I've done 18 of them, 18, which
really
is
cool.
too many. But okay.
What's your favorite part about Comic-Con?
This one?
This one, anyone?
Well, I like the people mostly. I mean, it's like people are sincerely interested. See, we're all fans. No matter which side of the table you're on, we're all fans. And we get to talk, and it's the most collaborative medium on earth. We listen to them, hear our stories, they tell us what's wrong. And it's really, if you tried to talk to Steven Spielberg about his movies, his bodyguards would throw you out. But but we're wide open, and then everybody here loves the stuff, and that's a really good thing. So you have a relationship right away.
It's really cool.
So on that note, what was your favorite part of this Comic-Con?
Well, I think
Same thing?
Again, I'd say that
Same thing.
everyone's so polite here. It's not like New York.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
He's
I'm
from New York.
So I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, instead of like they say, Mr. Shooter, sir, would you sign my book? Up in New York, say, hey, sign this.
They have this, any East Coaster New Yorker just has the most sense of entitlement.
Yeah, well, no, it's just the
Yeah.
sort of the
Tread
culture
carefully.
there.
You know
I'm
it.
not one of those people.
You know it's true.
It's the culture there, It's sort of the Brooklyn culture. But,
of course.
but at any rate, no, that's good. And also the hotel's spectacular. This convention center is nice. A lot of great talent they got here.
Oh, yeah.
People to see, a lot of stuff to do. I'm impressed. It's for. I didn't know what to expect in El Paso, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's awesome. Who's your favorite superhero?
Well, I guess when I was a kid, it was Spider-Man, and now that I'm writing them, it's sort of whichever one I'm writing at the time, because you get like totally invested in whatever I'm working on, and that's the only way to do it, as far as I'm concerned. You have to, when you're writing Captain America, you better believe Captain America is the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah. That makes total
You
sense.
want to bring the best of that character.
Yeah, and
if you're half-assing it and not liking the character, then it's
Right,
going to show.
yeah. You got if you're not in that guy's head and living his life, you won't write it well. And when you do that, when you role play the character, then it becomes your favorite thing. Very quickly, it's almost unavoidable. So whichever one. And I like comics in general. Some characters are easier than others. I like Superman. A lot of guys say it's hard to write. I think get a better writer. Because it is hard to write, but it's not like impossible. Don't do it. And also I like a lot of the DC characters. I think that I like Wonder Woman. I would love to write Wonder Woman. The ones I've written, I like Harbinger. That was fun. I worked with a young man named David Lapham, who was a genius. And so when you get somebody who gives you everything you want and then throws in little extra touches that are perfect, that's the best thing. Don Perlin was like that too. So George Barris too.
That's
So
really
have you
cool.
seen it? What was your favorite cosplay you've seen this week?
It's hard to say. I mean, I got to tell you, that herd of dinosaurs that walked by was pretty
cute.
impressive.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the little kids in the costumes. The mini Spider-Mans and stuff.
Starting
It's like-
them out young.
It's like the micro heroes in the alternate dimension. It's really some of them so cute. And there's been a lot of pretty good costumes and T-shirts. Great T-shirts.
So, is this your first time to El Paso Comic Con, or?
I believe so. I think I might have been here once long ago. I'm not sure. So I don't know.
So, if invited, you definitely come back.
Oh yes, it's been fun. It's a great place. And it's a nice convention center. It's a walk from the hotel.
Yeah.
Who could ask for anything more?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. In fact, that's actually why we stayed there too, because it's just so much more convenient just to be able to walk right across.
Yeah, it's really nice. There's all kinds of stuff in my show and tell books here that's
Messages from Stan Lee.
Well, for instance, this is a
stuff.
fan letter from Stan Lee to me.
Oh my
Not everybody
Lord.
has a fan letter from Stan.
Wow.
What happened was that this was the 25th anniversary issue of the Fantastic Four, and I called him up. He was out on the coast. I had his old job. He was running the media stuff, and I was running the comics. So I called him up, and I asked him, I said, Stan, we're doing the 25th anniversary issue of Fantastic Four. You have to write this. And he said, I don't want to do it. And I said, why? And he said, because I'd have to catch up on the continuity, and come up with a story and write a plot and blah, blah. I said, well, how about I get somebody else to write the plot? And then all you have to do is the dialogue. And he said, I'll only do it if me, write the plot. And I said, okay, all right. So I wrote the plot, and this is a fan letter telling me how much he liked the plot.
Wow.
It's so cool.
And I looked online, I saw a picture of the two of you together, and it was just so cool.
Well, I worked with
another
him.
one,
I never
guys.
worked for him, but I worked with him for about 12 years. And we were friends for 40-some, I don't know how many years. So this is us in 1978.
Oh,
And we're pretending to work together for we're hamming it up for the photographer.
Right.
And Stan is holding a drawing as if we're discussing it. And what he's really doing is he's saying all kinds of silly stuff to make me laugh. And so, we're just hamming it up for the photographer. This is us in 2016. It's great to see him again. He was at Denver, so was I. So he asked one of his guys came over and asked me to come over and hang out with Stan. I said, sure. So we did. He insisted that we have a picture together. I didn't even have to pay. It was great.
wow.
So, yeah, it's terrific. Anyway.
That's just, these just are awesome stories.
Yeah, here's Stan again and me, and I think it's Al Milgram sitting at the desk, and we're talking about a cover. See, he wasn't involved with the comics, but he's Stan Lee, and if you happen to be in the office and you have a question, ask him.
Yeah.
And sometimes when he was in, he'd come around with me and kibitz on the covers or whatever was going on there, and he taught me so much. It was tremendous help to me, and he was just one of the greatest creators that this business has ever known, maybe the greatest. Taking nothing away from Kirby and Ditko.
Oh, yeah.
But Stan was the man.
Well, if anything,
That's one of my
I think we
silly
can all
moments.
agree is he's the one that really publicized it and really got it mainstream going.
Yeah, and that was this much of it. He was the creator. He built that thing.
Yeah.
Before him, I'm sorry, Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko were third string artists who couldn't get work at DC.
Right.
All right, he gave them the right kind of opportunity. And boy, they took it and ran it. And they created marvelous things with him, some on their own. Doctor Strange was entirely Steve Ditko.
Oh, wow.
Silver Surfer was entirely Jack Kirby. But, some of it was collaborative. But no, don't sell Stan short.
Oh, no. I'm definitely not.
Yeah, there's.
He wasn't just a publicity guy. He wasn't
Oh,
a
no,
showman. He wasn't a front man. He was the man.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to sell Stan Lee short, I think.
Right. I was just meaning that.
It's one of my funny memos to my editors.
It gets blurry if I try to zoom into the
Well,
words,
it's a proofreading memo, and the whole memo, every word is misspelled, including my signature. I put three O's and shooter.
Yeah, I was definitely not taken away from Stan. I know Stan is the man in that aspect.
Yeah,
I'm saying he was the first one to really publicize and really get people.
That's true. He was a good public face.
Right.
But that wasn't his main thing.
Oh,
This
no,
is funny. This is Archie Goodwin. Okay, and when he wrote a memo, when he did anything, he'd always draw a little caricature of himself. I used to give everybody Godiva chocolates on their birthday, and he said, Jim, I know you love Godivas, but this is the best I could do. It's a character of himself as Lady Godiva, which I thought was hysterical. I still have it. This is a Xerox, but I still have it. Funny stuff.
In fact, again, sorry, going back to the whole Stan Lee thing,
yeah.
I've actually heard that he was a very humbled individual.
He was.
And from the stories, from what I've heard, it's actually really great to hear that he didn't let the sorry, this mask is but it's good to hear that he didn't let it get to his head, that he knew where he came from,
He
and that
gave away.
opportunities.
He gave away too much credit, and so now everybody says, "Well, see, I'm the one who did this." Stan gave everybody credit. He tried to be fair to everybody, and more than fair.
Yeah.
This is myself and my sister. We went to visit an uncle in Florida, and he called up the newspaper. He said, "Hey, my nephew does Spider-Man or Superman." And so they read this article in the Miami Herald. Keep an eye on young Jim and Superman, and they put a picture of my sister. I was 14, she was 17, and she's pretending to hand me my pencils. So that was kind of cool. The Miami Herald,
Yeah.
So
I was
cool.
14 years old.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that's how young you started for DC and Marvel.
I started at age 13.
Wow.
First 3 stories. This is some souvenirs from Marvel. These cardboard daggers. On March 15th, the Ides of March, my staff murdered me. And so I made them all sign their daggers, and I kept every dagger. There's 30 of them. And the ping pong paddle was there. They had a contest to keep the ball in the air, one of those rubber balls with a string thing. And we didn't. When you're working 14, 16 hours a day, sometimes you just got to goof off.
Oh, yeah.
This is a thank you card because the guys in the bullpen did some kind of heroics, and I bought everybody lunch. And so Dave Cochran drew this, and his later wife Katie colors. Just thanks, shooter. And he says, always has to put a joke. He says, "Where's the dessert?"
These are amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing all of this with us,
We would
Mr.
love to stay all
Shooter.
day, but
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a busy man.
You got a lot of people here.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
again,
Mr.
and welcome
Shooter.
to the con, and hope to see you soon.